Hi, I'm Chris Miglino with Sequire Spotlight. We are here at the EF Hutton Conference in New York City. I'm here with Sean Dollinger from LQR House, trading on NASDAQ under the symbol LQR. So Sean has an interesting business that is in the marketplace for different alcohol brands. Sean, tell us about the business.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us on your show. Really appreciate it. And,
thanks for being here.
Yeah, no, thanks. And, for 20 years, I've been creating marketplaces, everything from technology to cannabis to anything you could imagine. And, here we are with one of the largest marketplaces to buy alcohol. So if somebody's looking for Fireball at $15, $20 a bottle to Clase Azul Ultra, you're able to find all of these things on our platform.
And where do you curate it all? Who decides what's going to go on there? And how does the distribution work?
So we developed a whole API to connect into different liquor stores, and they basically do all the fulfillment. We don't have a liquor license here at LQR House. We just create excitement around different brands, different products, and basically get it delivered to the doorstep of consumers across the U.S.
And the local liquor store then relies on what infrastructure to do the delivery of the product? How does that work?
So they use FedEx, UPS, and that's basically where the 21-year-old comes in and makes sure that it's being delivered to somebody of appropriate age.
Got ya. So it's mostly shipped. Everything. Yes. It's not a delivery by a kind of like a Grubhub kind of delivery system. It's shipped to the door.
Correct. And I'm sure you heard of Drizzly. Drizzly just closed recently because Uber acquired it, brought it into its own platform. Uber bought that company for $1 billion+ a few years back, and they literally closed down our largest competitor.
And why did they close them? What happened?
To bring it more into the ecosystem. I don't necessarily 100% agree because the whole idea behind a marketplace and Drizzly is creating a community.
Right.
And now you're taking away from that community and just doing it through the Uber platform. So they essentially eliminated, now if you go and type in some of the number one keywords online, and I know you're a tech guy, you would see that will appear basically sometimes higher than Total Wine, who's the biggest alcohol player in the U.S. as far as retail goes.
So you can create brands like you have the power within the community to drive sales of certain products. Yeah,
Chris, it's quite interesting. So if it was just another product like triple distilled vodka, we're not really good at things like that. But if you had something crazy like Chris's jalapeno tequila, and it's ultra spicy. Our influencers, we have 550 plus influencers, create so much excitement. Just imagine that being captured on camera and then getting millions of views. And not only are we collecting marketing dollars from everybody, but then people need to go buy these products. And typically they're only available in one place. Our platform, CWspirits.com. So a product like Don Julio 1942, you might be able to get at a lot of the convenience stores, et cetera, around, let's say, New York. But Soda Jerk, which is a root beer alcohol, where are you going to find that if you live in New York? Well, you go to CWspirits.com. Not only do you buy that product, now you add in a Don Julio 1942, free delivery to your doorstep, and you get your time back and don't need to jump in the car.
And do the influencers get compensated, or they're just doing it because they love it?
No, they get a percentage of each sale that they drive to the platform. So
interesting.
As there's innovation in the space, the platform just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And I think when people realize that, that's when our value will really spike.
So they're kind of like affiliates of the platform. And how does their message go out? Can you can track any way that the message is going out? Can they do a video? They do Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Can you track all of that?
Yeah, everything you could imagine. So Lonnie, who works at Disney actually, she's a bartender there for over 10 years. She put together this whole team. She finds the brands. So every week they have a training session. And then let's say if you were onboarding your products with us, we would go ahead, ship out samples to all of them. They would capture all the content. They'd put it on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, anything you could imagine. And that's basically how it's all driven to CWspirits.com.
So I was looking at the numbers. Looks like you've almost doubled your revenue in the last year. So where does it go from here?
So we're just going to see huge acceleration across the board. Really, for us, as we get more liquor stores joining the platform, just take a Total Wine, for example. They literally have 10,000 different products on their shelf. Just imagine that catalog coming into our website, which already has the SEO. You know, the revenue potential is endless here.
What are some of the KPIs? Like, what do our investors need to look for this next half of this year and into next year to measure success for you? Like, what are your goals?
So I know you've been in public markets a long time, and I was trained even when I started. Ryan Cohn from Chewy.com. He's the one where I learned all my knowledge from ecom. We started 3.coms together. And then I went to start Namaste Technologies, which was $1.5 billion company. And obviously he went to start his different companies. You know, during this kind of process, it was always about how high could you drive top line revenue. And we know that's kind of shifted in, hey, can a company be sustainable? Can they make a profit at the end of the day? And, this final quarter in 2024, that's a really good quarter for us because you've got Halloween in there, you've got Christmas, you've got New Year's, you've got holiday parties. So we're really looking for profitability this quarter. So I think that's something for investors really to look forward to. And then, from there, we should just be able to keep growing this company.
Is there a metric on, what are the metrics you use? Like number of orders or order size? What are the things that you like to measure?
Yeah, top line revenue is definitely a big one. Basket size, so we play around with the free shipping. Sometimes it's $125, $150, $175 to see kind of where that sweet spot is. And and then obviously how many bottles are being added to an order, because the whole idea is you come to our website for a product maybe that you know, but then you're like, oh wow, that product looks cool. Let me go ahead and add it into the cart.
Right.
So we're constantly trying to get that basket size higher and higher.
And can you charge those companies a marketing fee for doing that? Like, as if I have something that nobody knows about, how do they hear about it? Can I pay your platform to influence and drive the awareness for my brand around regular alcohol purchases?
Yeah, so it's a two-prong approach for us. We charge about a $3,000 to $5,000 onboarding experience, and we'll either take that in product, because if we're taking you on as a client, we know we can move that product. So that's the first step. But then as that product sells, we also make a 40% margin as that product shipping. So the better we do, one of the big things when we've spent money, like we've had Venus Williams in one of our companies, and we spent a lot of money on that relationship. We can't really tell you how many sales that might have made for our company at the end of the day. Here, when you market with us, we could give you a monthly report on how well we're doing. And right now we're doing about 5 to 1.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's worth it to spend $1 with you.
Absolutely.
Get 5 back. Wish it was that easy with all e-commerce brands. You have a unique skill, the e-commerce business. It's not as easy as people think. People think they're going to pop up a Shopify store and just start selling stuff. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to be good at marketing, and need to be good at being able to track the sales and know what's where. It's a constant evolution of testing and retesting and optimizing. So kudos to you for making that happen.
Yeah, no, thanks. And we're on the Shopify platform, so when you market with us, it's not, Sean and LQR House telling you. We actually run the report from Shopify, which is completely audited, and give it to you. And then you can see, does it make sense to spend these dollars with LQR House? And 2 years ago, we had 1 client. Now we have over 30 clients. Retention rate's about 90%.
And do you focus geographically, or are you how has your growth been? Have you said okay, we're going to focus here first and then start to expand, or did you just go?
We're so busy, to be honest, that all the marketing we're doing is all inbound, but we can't onboard more than, let's say, 2 new clients a month. Because think about it, if you have X amount of influencers and every week they're coming out saying this is the best, they lose credibility. So it's an equal balance. Some people have a better following for tequila. Some have better for whiskey. So Lonnie really puts together a whole report and focus on what works well for you and your company. It's not just one size fits all.
And do you buy brands at all? Do you ever take equity interest in the brands?
So I started a tequila company. I went down to Guadalajara, went out to Tequila, Mexico. Everybody kind of has this thought about tequila when they're growing up. And now I find friends sharing the story with friends about how good tequila is, how it's an upper. So my last name's Dollinger. The person who introduced me to tequila version 2.0 is Swan. So that's how we started our tequila company called Swall. And the trademark is Friends Drinking with Friends.
Oh, that's great. And you have the perfect platform to promote it.
And we've done it. Right. We launched it on the platform with a campaign called Mystery Tequila. So nobody even knew what they were ordering. And during Black Friday to Cyber Monday, we sold over 10,000 bottles.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you have some power there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Sean, thanks for being here with us today. Thanks for telling us the story. LQR, watch the stock, see how it does. Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate it.